The Mitcham Football Club. Welcome to the field is the Division 4 Grand Finalist, the Mooroolbark Football Club.
Welcome to the Deakin University Match of the Round Grand Final edition. It's D-Day across the EFNL women's competition with 5 grand finals coming your way. This one is a 1v3 clash between the Mooroolbark Mustangs and the Mitcham Tigers, brought to you from H.E. Parker Reserve, and this one will not disappoint. My name is Dylan Smith, and I'm riding solo currently as the media manager doubles as a ground announcer for us at the moment. This game promises to be a ripper. We've got both clubs lining up at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for the national
welcome
anthem,
to
and we'll hand it
H.E.
over.
Park Reserve for today's Deakin University Grand Final Day, the Division 4 Grand Final. We begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather and pay our respects to their elders, past and present. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Congratulations to our umpires selected for the Division 4 Grand Final. In the field, David Barnes, Olivia Pandaving, Matthew Rowe. The boundary umpires, Jack Bra and Charlie Cruz. Goal umpires, Xavier Palomara and Ron Smith. Good luck to both our competing clubs today, the Mooroolbark Football Club and the Mitcham Football Club in today's Grand Final. the road to the grand final from Mooroolbark. They defeated Coldstream in the semi-final by 23 points, while Mitcham defeated Fair Park in the semi-final by 15 points and defeated Coldstream last week in the preliminary final by 2 points. I will now ask all to be upstanding with the players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem. The best team win.
There it is, the national anthem for the start of this Division 4 grand final. Will it be Georgia Booth? Will it be Dover Lair? Will it be Nicole Akers? Or will it be Georgia Fairbairn that rips this grand final apart? I've just got Ryan now joining me for the start of this match. Ryan, what do you think?
Oh, thanks, Dylan. Thanks for having me. Fantastic to be here. This is my first time I've actually been able to come out to the division or any of the senior women's grand final. So I'm really looking forward to the day. Obviously, a massive day for us. We've got the 3 games here. We've got 2 games out of Quamby, and I'm sure you've probably touched on that already in the pre-game. So just so much to look forward to. And this clash is, I think, one that obviously Mooroolbark will go in as the favourites, and deservedly so, but I think Mitcham, with the side they've got out there today, and we saw how they played last week, defensively very strong. I think this is going to be a really good grand final.
You're spot on, and this one really intrigues me because they've played twice this season with Mooroolbark winning both occasions, but it doesn't feel like we've had either team at full strength. In the earlier one, I'd say the Mustangs, I think today's side for the Mustangs, actually, they've got 12 new faces from that round 2 side.
It's quite remarkable.
It is quite remarkable. So, and then obviously for Mitcham coming into that late season, they had a lot of outs, particularly to their tall players. So it's hard to get a read on that 37-point win that Mooroolbark had in that game. Of course, Mooroolbark do go in as favourites. They sort of started the season a lot slower. Mitcham held top spot for much of the season, and Mooroolbark's late season form was just fantastic. If you have a look at their season averages, rounds 1 to 5, they lost a game in their Mooroolbark, and their average winning margin was 11 points. You look at rounds 6 to 11, the average winning margin went up to 51 points, just to sort of highlight how much of a fantastic back end of the season they had. Mitcham a little bit the other way, but still they come into this grand final, they've got a lot of players back and they'll look really strong. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they obviously match up today, and we were there for the match of the round. Neither of us was, but we did cover that game out at Walker Park, and it was Mooroolbark who ran out quite convincing winners, but I think today will be a lot closer, and certainly if for a Tiger perspective, you can get into half-time and you're only within a couple of goals or in front, I think it's game on. So here we go, Dylan Smith to take us away for the Division 4 Senior Women's Grand Final.
It's Booth who wins the hit out. She taps it out, but Holloway is there at the foot of the ball. She throws it on the boot. Pressure looking good early. Players get to the foot of it. Looks like Haberfield there from Mooroolbark. She gets pushed off the ball, and we'll have a ball up. Just edging closer towards the Mitcham goal so far. A lively start. Jory Wright gets the hit out. Gets it down to Coughlin. She's going to be really important in this test, Coughlin. She missed that last game of the season in round 11, Ryan, so she's going to be really crucial as Mitcham get the inside 50. Fairbairn snaps it on the boot. This could be the first for the day. It just goes to the right. And Ryan, Fairbairn, she is going to be a handful for Mooroolbark today.
Oh, absolutely. Very hot start from the Tigers. Quick inside 50, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to be able to score from those. So maybe a missed opportunity, but bouncing balls it's a funny game as Mooroolbark looked to clear it out. Spoiled there, keeping it in front of her. Almost a chance. Tackle there by Rocholi. Mooroolbark are able to pick it up here. And wrapped up in the tackle, will get a ball up outside the Tigers' forward half.
Yeah,
just a minute into this game.
They'll be wrapped for this start so far. Very early, but happy to get that inside 50.
Absolutely. As Mooroolbark look to try and clear it out themselves. They get a little ground. There's Akers getting in and under. A short kick was cut off. The Tigers, the handball out. And it's fallen out to a teammate there in for the Mustangs, but tackled by Akers, and that ball out of bounds. We had a boundary throw in a minute and a half into this game. The Tigers on the board with one behind.
And a player that I think is yet to touch the footy, but could loom as a massive prospect in this game is Georgia Booth. There she is. She's just had a couple of fumbles early, but I reckon she's going to get into this as Jory Wright wins the hit out. The foot of it is a Mooroolbark player. She just gets it out wide, and it's a fantastic tackle. That'll be holding the ball, and that's Nicole Akers. She was unbelievable in the victory last week against Coldstream, and looks to do that again, but her kick is intercepted there. This time it's by McManus at halfback for Mooroolbark. So she'll look to go forward, heads into the centre, but Nicole Akers, they're playing kick to kick at the moment. She gets it back. She looks, she's got an option out wide. Tracking it here is Squillaci. Tries to turn her opponent. It's another good tackle. She just gets a boot on it. The umpire calls play on. Here's Booth. She's got a little bit of space, and you don't want to give her that. She runs the line, heads up towards 50, gets a contest. There's a Mitcham player at the foot of the ball. She's tackled really strongly. Mackey's there, and we'll have a ball up. It's centre wing here. Great start to this contest.
Yeah, absolutely. Akers has started this game the way she finished the preliminary final last week. Booth out of the ruck just grabbed it and put it on the boot inside 50. This might be a chance for Mooroolbark out the back. Who's going to get there first? Tigers get the first possession of it. A chance here for O'Dwyer. Passed it off to a teammate there in Fogarty, and they'll look to clear out their back half. Ball bouncing towards the boundary line. It's going to be the Mustangs who get there first. Smith inside 50, looking for a player in the pocket, and got it. That's a strong net mark there by Vogue. And she'll play on straight away, looking for another teammate. And she has found McDonald, who can have a set shot on goal for the Mustangs.
This forward line is going to really trouble Mitcham today. It's such a fluid, so many options in there that they have.
That's one of the biggest strengths. You're not going to rely on just one player to kick your bag of goals. So Lily McDonald looking for the first of the Division 4 Grand Final. Makes no mistake, and Mooroolbark are on the board, 1 straight 6. Mitcham 1 behind. We've played 3.5 minutes in this first quarter.
It was McDonald who kicked 4 goals in that round 11 clash when they last met. So again, she looks to stamp her authority on this game as we head back into the middle. And involved in that play were all the usual suspects. There was Georgia Booth and also McDonald involved in that one. So Mitcham will have to try to get the next one back as Booth wins the hit out again. She taps it out into space, and it's Holloway. It's a bit of a remake of the first contest. Booth picks it up at ground level. She gets a great handball out. Mooroolbark look to go inside 50. They've got some options there. It's Voigt. She's tackled. And the umpire calls holding the ball. So a fantastic tackle there by Fogarty. And Mitcham will get some time to come out of their defence. Pops it up to the contest. Jory Wright is there, as is Holloway, but Booth picks it up. Her athleticism really on show at the moment. Here's Peacock. Peacock goes to Mackey. Mackey gets a handball out. Mooroolbark players on here. Mackey at the end, but the goal is kicked by Voigt, the captain. And Mooroolbark look really strong early in this contest.
That's a fantastic finish, and after a quick start from the Tigers, they put the pressure on early, but Mooroolbark have responded very nicely. They have now an 11-point lead 5 minutes into this game.
They have, and I spoke with Jess Grace, the coach of Mitcham, and the player that she said that was going to worry her the most is Georgia Booth, and she's been pivotal so far.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a very tough task here for Jory Wright. In the ruck against Booth again. Back in the middle now. We've played 5.5 minutes. Booth got the heat out. Ball falls out to a Mustangs player here who can get the centre clearance in Forrest. Inside 50, out the back there for the Tigers is Clark, but it overdoes her a little bit and goes past, and it falls into the hands of another Mooroolbark player. Young got the handball over the top, and now might be a shot on goal for Chilver for 3. Just a minor score. 2-1-13, the Mustangs. Mitcham 1 behind, coming up to the 6-minute mark of the first quarter.
Gee, if that one went through. Would be a huge momentum moment for Mooroolbark. So Tigers look to bring us back in. This time it's Clark. She looks up. There's a push there, but Mitcham still just get it forward. It's thrown on the boot. Brown's there for Mitcham, but it's all Mooroolbark, and they get the clearance out. I think that'll be a last touch free kick. It'll be taken by Riley Halloway at half-back here for Mitcham. So a really good start so far for Mooroolbark. They've had all the run. Holloway pops it up to a contest. Jory Wright's there. It's Coughlin actually that dropped the mark. And we'll have a ball up at centre wing. Mitcham just need to find a way to get into this game. Booth again. Here's Roscioli. Coughlin gets a handball out. And Brown's in there, Jory Wright's in there. Holloway, she gets it on the outside and kicks it towards the inside 50 line. Running there is Scary. She missed the previous contest, so it'll be handy to have her back. Squillaci, she's held without it, and that'll be a free kick in her direction. So a promising forward thrust here as we go down the boundary to Kate.
Definite clear head high for that.
Yeah, absolutely. As Olivia Scary, I think, will take the kick. It's actually in Squillaci, in fact. Fairbairn lurking. But Booth will be there to take the intercept mark. And yeah, she probably had a few better options than that, did Squillaci. But Booth will bring us back. The kick is dangerous, and it's towards Nicole Akers. It's taken in there by McDonald.
High, yeah.
And a high free kick there to McDonald. So the Mustangs will bring us in.
There's probably one place you didn't want to turn it over, where Akers is standing under it as Mooroolbark are out here on the far side. Bit of a fumble. Might be a relief here for the Tigers as they try and take possession of the football on that far wing. They're able to now. A kick into a dangerous spot. There's 3 Mustang players there against 1. Picking it up there was McDonald, but the umpire has called something. That was a high tackle, so I think that will be a free kick to McDonald outside the forward 50.
So we bring the ball back. McDonald to take the kick. She's been really lively so far in this one. But Mitcham just have a few moments here just to relax and take the sting out of the game.
It's just a really important 5 minutes here. You cannot afford to give away a couple more goals and go in at quarter time, 4 or 5 down.
Absolutely. And Mitcham, we have seen this season that they've struggled to put fast goals on the board. They do defend really well, but you know, having to chase a big lead will be difficult for them. As Akers exits defence, she's got Coughlin there. But McDonald will pick this one up and be able to thrust Mooroolbark back inside 50. I think that's Mackie there, the foot of it. She gets a handball out. There's a lot of players lurking around it. Here's Frost. She gets the kick out, heads towards Fairbairn. Fairbairn looks up. She's got runners out here. I think it's the Podines. It's Squillaci, in fact. Squillaci picks it up. She's a little bit slow with that one. She gets away. She's got pace. Fairbairn's lurking down there at full forward. But she's beaten out by her defender. And Mooroolbark will get away here really nicely, this time through King. She's got a bit of time and space. Paradines comes towards her. She just pops it over the top and finds a nice option there on the half-back flank. They've done well to propel those attacks, have Mooroolbark. They've got numbers here again here, and this time it's through Dovalar. Haven't called her name too many times. Fairbairn's there for Mitcham. She puts it on the boot, but she kicks it towards Booth, who's the last person I'd want to kick the ball to. She just handballs it to herself, in fact. Runs away. She's got so much pace, so much athleticism. The kick just slides across the face, and Mitcham get it over the line for her behind. That was a dangerous moment, Ryan.
It certainly was, and she's on fire early, Booth. Just handballs it to herself.
Her ability to play in the air and then get the ball at ground level is uncanny.
Yeah, 100%, as Mitcham will look to clear it out of their back half, looking for Akers. Ball hits the deck. Almost a free kick given away. Might be get a ball up here. The umpire is going to... That's holding the ball. Very quick onto that one. So Akers will have the free kick, and kick it out of defence through a teammate. Bouncing ball, didn't hit her on the chest as Mooroolbark have got plenty of numbers here. Smith, and might be rewarded with a free kick. And uses that to her advantage. Plays on, finds a target up forward. I believe is that McIntosh?
I thought it was McDonald.
Oh, it's not McIntosh. Yeah, McIntosh is in the danger spot here. The Tigers have got some numbers. They'll look to clear it out. That was through Fogarty. And trying to escape that back half, and that kick almost falls into hands of Booth. Said it's another Mooroolbark player who gets her hands to it, almost giving away a free kick. McIntosh picks it up, handball into looking for Booth. She's able to pick it up here in Peacock. Got it forward. Tigers under a lot of pressure here. Got to be able to hold this up. They've got plenty of numbers. They try and clear it out. Just falls through the hands of Howe. She's able to tap it forward towards the forward 50. She's able to pick it up now. Short kick, not 15. Passed on. Here's a chance now. Peacock towards the top of the square. There's a mark, not quite. Ball hits the deck. Real dangerous spot here for the Tigers. Grabbing it was Chilver. And it's wrapped up. We'll get a ball up. About 20 metres out from goal for the Mustangs.
Another dangerous moment there for the Tigers. Gonna have to get a run on here. So taps one out to Booth. She evades, but she's well tackled there. Great tackle by Akers, and she's done for a throw there is Booth. So Mitcham will get a chance to clear out of their defence.
They have sort of steadied in the last sort of 5 to 6 minutes. Their defensive pressure's been a lot better than...
Yeah, there was just that couple of minutes where they conceded those goals. And it sort of could have been anything at that point. Fairbairn tries to lay a shepherd, but as does Holloway, and they sort of get confused there. Coughlin comes to assist, and she's tackled, and we'll have a ball up. All it up. Jory Wright comes over, wins the hit out, gets it down to a captain, Roscioli. But Mooroolbark end up getting the clearance. Here's Kakamo. She goes centrally. It's a bit of a dangerous kick, and there's a Mooroolbark player there with pace. Picks it up. She gets the handball out there to McDonald. McDonald ends up getting the handball. She's got Chilver there, but Mitcham clear. Heads out towards Roscioli. And another ball up at centre half forward here for Mooroolbark.
I've liked the game of Megan Fogarty so far. A couple of times she's been able to clear it out of their defensive half and been pretty impressive.
Absolutely. She's sort of been the rock down there. We haven't seen as much of Nicole Akers in this game so far.
So here's the Tigers trying to, again, escape their back half. Mooroolbark have been able to lock this in for the last 5 to 6 minutes, but haven't been able to score from it. So the handball forward is cut off from the Tigers and just falls into the hands of Booth, who sends a long kick forward. It's too much to the right, so just a minor score. Mooroolbark will move to, oh, it was actually out of bounds, so no score. They remain 2-2-14 to 1 behind Mitcham. 14 minutes gone in this first quarter for the Deakin University Division 4 Grand Final. We're here all afternoon for the 3 senior women's Grand Finals. We've also got streaming live on YouTube the 2 Grand Finals out at Quamby Reserve. So a massive day, and then we've got the vets after, so plenty to look forward to this afternoon. Ball up inside 50 here for the Mustangs. Grabbing it was Peacock, and she was tackled right away. So we'll get another ball up, still inside the forward half of the Mustangs.
It's Booth. Gets it down towards McDonald, but Roscioli's there. And a secondary ball up will occur, and I think we're going to have to start looking at putting a disposal tracker on Georgia Booth. Very prominent as she takes it out of the ruck. Gets a handball to McDonald. She steadies, but it's smothered by Akers. A great job there. Holloway picks it up. She's tackled. And Skerry tries to put a tackle there on the Mooroolbark player, and the umpire says, I'll have that one. As we get another ball up at centre half forward for Mooroolbark. The Tigers have done well in the last few minutes just to steady, as you said. Here goes Coughlin, heading through the corridor. She's got a few numbers in there. This is Roscioli. Takes a bounce.
Oh.
She could have taken another one, but she kicks. She's got Georgia Fairbairn, which is a pretty good option most of the times. She can't get to the foot of the ball, and I think Mooroolbark will end up getting away there. They've got the numbers. Well done there by the defenders. Jory Wright will have an option to cut this off, but it's Georgia Booth who wins the contest. Flicks the handball out, and Mooroolbark are now running forward. This one's taken by Mackie. Mackie's handball can't find anyone, and Frost will clear really well. Heads centrally, heads toward Fairbairn, in fact. Can't find her. And will we get another ball up? We won't. Mitcham did really well to keep that one going. Here's Jory Wright. She's beaten out by Booth again. It's Pirrock. And Mooroolbark look to get out of this one. Great bump there by Nicole Akers. She gets a handball out. DeParadines is there. The tackle's broken by Mooroolbark. And they've got some space here. There's a good tackle there by Fairbairn. Mooroolbark clear. Mackie's got a load of space here to run inside 50. There's a player one out in the goal scorer if she can find her. She puts a lot of height on that kick. Oh, and two players collide there for Mooroolbark. Chilver's there to assist. Handball given back, and Mitcham look like they're going to get out of this one through DeParadines. She kicks it, but it's only as far as Georgia Booth, and I reckon this one's going to be coming back with interest, Ryan.
It certainly is. There was just no talk up forward. Probably had a chance for a mark, but Georgia Booth is going to send the Mustangs into attack again, looking for a teammate here in Chilver. Picks up cleanly, passes it off. Now a chance. Perek goes inside 50. Picked up. They've got all the numbers here. Mackie's there as well. And that kick, though, is a turnover to the one Tiger deep in defence, and she looks to clear it out straight away and finds Akers, and they've got players out. All by herself here is Brown. Takes the mark, has a chance to run, can take a bounce if she chooses, goes inside 50. Mustangs all back there, and taking the mark is Ardley.
Just haven't had that composure to go inside 50, have they, the Tigers?
Just that last kick, but been some good footy in the last couple of minutes from both sides. Quick transition. Just that finishing touches on either side's forward 50 entries. But starting to get some plenty of space here, and that's a turnover for the Mustangs right into the hands of Maggie Brown, who had the inside 50 from just a moment ago. Her kick this time was touched off the boot. So there might be a turnover here. Picking up is McDonald. She puts it on the boot and sends the Mustangs towards their forward half. They've got some numbers. Might be able to get this one, but the boundary line will beat Regan there, and we'll get a boundary throw in.
I think it'll be a last touch kick
that's
to
right.
Mitcham.
I haven't done too many of the women's games this year with the rules.
It did take me a little while to get used to that one, as Mitcham find a target here in Nicole Akers. Starting to get into this game a little bit more. She looks centrally. She's got a ruck there. It's actually Coughlin, in fact, at the foot of the ball. Great tackle there laid by Beer, and it's holding the ball. So Mooroolbark will look to head forward once more. I think this one will be taken by McDonald. It's Peacock, in fact. She looks up, finds a player there at half forward. Just signalling to the umpire there that she could have got a 25, and her kick is cut out there by Olivia Scarry. Back in the lineup this week. She's come back from Vietnam, in fact, Olivia Scarry.
Really?
Yeah, cancelled a trip, came home early for the grand final, so brilliant story there.
That is good.
As Mooroolbark get it out of the congestion. Roscioli, Mitcham captain, comes over to help, as does Brown. It's getting very physical in there, and we'll have another ball up.
Well done there by Roscioli, because with 30 seconds to go, just has to hold it up and not allow Mooroolbark to have one more chance up forward.
Absolutely, with 20 seconds to go, as you said. Holloway's at the bottom, but Fregon, it's Mackie. She kicks inside 50. Georgia Booth is standing underneath it, comes off the chest. DeParadines is there. She looks like she's playing it at half-back, DeParadines. It's an unusual position for her to be in. The umpire's played a high free here.
It's me on the sign.
It will. The free kick will be taken by the captain in Voigt. And this would be the epitome of a captain's goal on the quarter-time siren.
Certainly would.
Distance looking about 25, 30 metres, do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say roughly about that.
I haven't got the best radar when it comes to distances. She comes in. It's a good-looking kick. It's just gone to the left, though.
Certainly had the distance.
Absolutely. And we'll go in at quarter-time with Mooroolbark 2-3-15, playing Mitcham just the one behind to start this game. How did you see that one, Ryan?
Yeah, very interesting quarter. Mitcham actually steadied really well after giving away a couple of goals early on in the game, and certainly made for an interesting first quarter. Plenty good transitions, just those last kicks inside 50 that they'll probably have to fix up on.
Absolutely, and I think the start of the match, actually, Mitcham probably controlled it for the first 3 or 4 minutes, and it was just a patch there in the middle that if they can stop that run on, I think they'll have a really promising next 3 quarters. Absolutely.
So we'll take our first break here at the Division 4 Grand Final between Mooroolbark and Mitcham. At quarter time, it's the Mustangs 2-3-15 to the Tigers 1 behind.
Boundary. Boundary.
Welcome back to the Deakin University Division 4 Grand Final between Mooroolbark and Mitcham at quarter time. It's the Mustangs by 14 points, and down the boundary, Kate Green has Jess Grace.
Jess, your message to the girls going into this quarter?
I think we had really good tackle pressure. We just need to stick a little bit tighter. We need to want the ball first. I think we're waiting for them to pick it up, and that's just not going to work for us if we want to win this game.
Thanks very much, Jess.
Thanks there to Jess Grace, the senior coach of the Mitcham Football Club, and Kate Green down the boundary. And one of the great grand final stories of the day, Jess Grace come into the role this season as the senior coach of the senior women's side and has done a fantastic job. And next year when she's back on the field after her injury this year, that will be a huge boost to the Tigers lineup.
Yeah, and they could absolutely use her today, couldn't they?
100%, 100%. As the crowd makes their way off the field. Obviously, all our grand finals here, Division 4, Division 2 and Division 1. And then the Vets men's grand final as the Quambia Reserve Division 3 grand final, Veteran Women's, and the Premier Division grand finals. We go to the boundary to Kate Green.
Gentlemen, I just have Dom, Mustangs coach, with me. Your message for the girls going into quarter 2.
Look, that was a really, really good start. The pressure was up. Keep the pressure up and be composed with the ball.
Thanks very much, Dom.
Thanks there to Kate Green and Dominic. They're the Mustangs coaches. We get started for the second quarter of the grand final.
As Booth wins the hit out straight away, she gets it down to a player, tries to shark it again, and the umpire's picked out a throw there, so there'll be a Mitcham kick going to Riley Holloway. She's had a really good start. She won that first centre clearance, and she's been in and under, and Jess Grace was spot on there. The tackle pressure's been fantastic. It's just probably been just controlling those forward entries as Coughlin tries to pick this one up for Mitcham. Gets a handball out to Roscioli. She can't pick up. It's socket off the ground by the Mooroolbark player, and Georgia Booth just hunts this one down. It's intercepted there at half back by the Mitcham player. Looks up. Booth's waiting in the middle again. Mitcham player gets there first, but Booth, she's able to pick it up in the centre of the ground and run off. She goes inside 50. Chilver's down there. She runs underneath it. They've got players on. It's Mackie. If Mackie can collect this, she does. She runs into the open goal. She hits a post. Unbelievable. Great pressure there by the Mitcham defender, and was able just to push it wide enough to get it into the post, and a line-saving tackle there. Mitcham will bring us back in. Heads up to a contest. Mooroolbark have the numbers. Chilver's there. Peacock's lurking. And they do really well. I think we'll get another ball up. The umpire finally calls it. So just the 1.5 minutes gone, and Mooroolbark look like they're going to press again. Georgia Booth wins the hit out. Can only get it as far as a Mitcham player, and the umpire calls for another ball up. And Booth again. This time gets it down to McDonald. She runs off her opponent. So much pace. Picks it up at ground level. Breaks the tackle. And the kick is wide. And we'll have a last touch free kick heading in the direction of Mitcham.
So Mitcham will take this kick in the pocket in their defensive half. They trail by 15 points a couple of minutes into this second quarter. Good looking crowd. Starting to turn up now. Might be able to quite see it on the broadcast because it's all on the broadcast wing, but
you just left for a second there, Ryan, and there was an open goal, last-minute tackle just going into the post. So,
oh, geez.
Yeah.
So here's a chance now for the Tigers out the back. Roscioli takes a bounce. He's tackled without it, so she'll earn herself a free kick here on the wing, the far side. So, and that ball wasn't brought back to her on the full. So, yeah, that will be 15-minute penalty. 25-minute penalty?
25.
25, apologies. So, Roscioli's marched up the field, and we'll have a chance to put the Tigers into attack. That kick's a good-looking one, but it's cut off from behind, well defended. The Mustangs through Beer. She's had a strong start to this game. She kicks it down the line, and they've got some players out. Mackie got the handball off, looking there for Young. It's cut off here by the Tigers. Getting in there is Kakamo. Chance the Mustangs, but two Tigers wrap up. And we'll get a ball up on that far side. Just a few minutes into this second quarter. Booth got the hit out, went straight to Chilver. Has a chance to go forward herself in towards a dangerous position. So one-on-one, the Tigers are the first to get the ball, but caught there, Campbell. And that's holding the ball. So a shot on goal here for Freegan. April Freegan, about 20 metres out, only a very slight angle to put the Mustangs' third goal on the board.
They've stepped it up here, haven't they, Mooroolbark?
Yeah, they certainly have. They just look a little bit more dangerous when they enter their forward half. But this is a very important kick. They've had some chances. This one Might fall short, so still in play, a chance for the Mustangs, but the Tigers have the numbers to clear this out. Out the back there, Fairbairn couldn't quite take the mark. The Mustangs will have another shot on goal through Forrest, just falling short. Actually, it's a mark taken. And a shot on goal, plays on, actually finds a target. Right in front here, Kayla Young, and that was smart play rather than taking the shot on the angle. Found Young that was standing right in front of goal. It's about 20 metres out, right through the middle, and the Mustangs have 3. 3-4-22 to Mitcham, 1 behind. 4.5 minutes played in this second term.
Their ability there just to be able to break the tackle at the source is just amazing, and you know, they got the mark there. It was probably a bit of poor marking in the defensive 50 by Mitcham just to allow that player to get the uncontested mark at the top of the goal square. So
yep. A couple times I thought Mitcham were safe there, and then the constant pressure that the Mustangs have been putting on.
Most of the time they've done a pretty good job to stop that really clear goal, but on that occasion they just went to sleep a bit. As Jory Wright gets the tap out this time, gets it down to a player. She can't pick it up. Doverleer's in there. Holloway eventually gets the clearance, but it's really well marked here at half-back for Mooroolbark. Defensive pressure by them has been equally as good. She looks up to the centre of the ground. She's got Chilver there. Chilver looks like she's come a little bit higher up the field. She's leaving that forward line open. She finds a target there in Fregon, who's starting to come into this contest as well. Goes centrally. She's got McDonald, and she finds her at the top of the goal square. So they'll line up for their 4th here. And once again, like in the first quarter, they were able to score in patches, and McDonald has a really good opportunity to give Mooroolbark a 27-point lead. Just 5 minutes gone in this second quarter. She comes in. It's a pretty good-looking kick. It just drifts across the face. And Mooroolbark lead 3 goals, 5-23 to Mitcham, just the 1 behind.
So what can the Tigers do here? Akers will take the kick in. They trail by 22 points. Early stages of this second quarter, so still plenty of time. Not panic stations yet as they clear it out their back half. Rocholli's underneath it. Out the back there, chance the Tigers, a short kick is in a very dangerous spot because there's Booth, who's able to pick it up, taps it forward. It's kept the momentum going. It's cut off now, and the Tigers clear it out, but standing back there is a chance of Gallagher to send the Mustangs forward once more out the back. Booth made a good contest and just pushes aside an opponent, handballs it out, back to Gallagher, and she's wrapped up by the Tigers. So good pressure from both sides.
As good as Booth's been, they've done a pretty good job to shut her out of it.
Yeah, they've certainly been aware. That's probably been a talking point this week. They've been able to put plenty of pressure on her as the Mustangs go forward. A mark just outside their forward half. McDonald. She can send the Mustangs forward again. Akers was there, just slipped through her hands. She got the handball out, and they'll look to clear it out. McDonald wants to come off. Looks like maybe limping a little bit as the Tigers will continue going forward on this wing. It's cut off again by Gallagher. It's about the 3rd intercept possession she's had in the last few minutes. She sends it towards their forward half. Tigers get there first. The kick forward is going to be cut off, and Booth can't quite pick it up. She does on this second attempt, pass it off to Howe, who got the ball forward. Now Smith. Smith goes on a bit of a run and sends it into a dangerous position. And Mackie out the back will hand pass off to a teammate. Open goal, hits the post. Fregan slams that into the woodwork, and that looked like a certain goal, but just a minor score in the end. 3-6-24 to 1 behind.
Second poster of this quarter.
And I thought Mackie would just go for herself, and she did the team thing and had a player out.
She did. As Akers brings us back in for Mitcham, such an opportunity gone begging there for Mooroolbark. Finds a target. She's got to play on quickly here. She's taking her time. They just really need some momentum here to Mitcham. Looks up the line. And the kick looks for Coughlin, and she finds her. She just runs around, throws it on the boot. Mooroolbark have been so good today at propelling these offensive attacks. Fairbairn, she hasn't had much of it. She breaks a tackle, looks inside 50. She's got a runner there. This is Gray. Gray over the back. Well defended by Mooroolbark, and they clear the danger. but only as far as to Paradise. She's tackled, chased from behind, and the umpire says ball. A huge moment there for Mooroolbark.
She's grabbing her knee too.
She is calling for the trainer. That does not look good.
Boundary.
We'll go down to Kate.
Number 13, McDonald for Mooroolbark, is just having management for a cramping left calf. And I'll check up on the player coming off for Mooroolbark.
It's good to hear that McDonald's doing okay down there. This injury has occurred to...
Is that Smith?
I think it's Smith, who's had a fantastic game so far. A game-saving tackle, and she looks really hurt there, so best wishes to her as Mooroolbark bring us back in. It's a dashing run from McIntosh. Looks like she's playing defensively at the moment. She looks for Booth, which is a pretty good option most of the time, and we'll have another ball up inside the centre circle.
Yeah, we certainly will. Thanks for joining us today on YouTube, streaming live. We're here all afternoon for HE Park Reserve, Columbia Reserve Grand Finals as well. Here in the Division 4 Grand Final, 10 minutes in. It's the Mustangs who lead by 23 points, but the Tigers have had a few chances. This ball wrapped up here in the middle. We'll get another stoppage. About 60 metres out from home for the Mustangs. Georgia Booth in the ruck will want to slap this forward, give themselves another opportunity to put a fourth goal on the board. Tigers under some pressure here at the moment. Wrapped up Holloway. Get another ball up. 10.5 minutes gone in this second quarter. Booth to the tap forward. Almost cut off. Oh, well picked up and threw it on the boot there, did Forrest. Ball tried to be cleared out here from the Tigers, but again, it's a lot of good pressure here from the Mustangs, and they're quick with their handballs. Same like that one, Peacock. Got it to Freegan, socketed it forward. Akers has got some work to do. She does pick it up first. Handball over the top and into a dangerous position, and there's Booth, picks it up, turns around, gets past one, gets past two, gets past three, caught! Holding the ball. Nicole Akers wraps her up, and she'll take this kick and clear it out for the Tigers.
You gotta love how she took him on there, though, Booth. That was fantastic, but yeah, really well wrapped up by Mitcham. As we have a contest out here on the wing. It was Freegon at the bottom of the pack. She gets it out towards, I think that's Peacock. Just tapped along the wing. Great tackling pressure there by Rascioli. And the ball trickles out of bounds.
You can get past a couple, but just one too many
that was just
attempts.
Zigzag every which way. There's Booth again here. We'll go down to Kate, actually.
Number 13 for Mooroolbark, McDonald is about to return to the field after managing the calf cramp.
That's good to hear, Kate. Does Mooroolbark go inside 50 once more? Trying to find a target in here. Here's Mackie. She's been really good so far. Throws it on that left boot, and it's across the face for one behind. So 12 minutes gone in this second quarter. It's Mooroolbark 3 goals 7, 25 to Mitcham, still just the one behind.
So Akers here for the Tigers to clear it from full back. She'll just send a long kick down the line that will exit their back half. But it always seems to be the Mustangs in that position of the ground that are able to send it forward again. That was through Beer, and the tackle up forward will result in another stoppage.
Just so many numbers around the ball for the Mustangs.
That's where they look real dangerous. The tap out from Booth went straight down to Holloway. Tries to clear it. Picked up there, and that kick out of bounds on the full by McDonald. So Mitcham will take this there. Still under a lot of pressure at the moment. Trailed by 24 points, and the Mustangs just continue to push forward. Just locking this ball in their forward half.
Yeah, just can't get it out at the moment, the Tigers. Fairbairn brings us back in. Finds a target. She's tackled well by Booth. They get that handball going again. This time it's McDonald. Her kick looks pretty good towards goal. It's dropped on the line there by Freegon. Akers comes over to support for Mitcham. She looks like she's held without it. Freegon gets a snap. There's a player on the line. She gets a kick away. McDonald's there again. She takes a mark. Are they going to pay that? She plays on. And it's another one for the Mustangs. And that's 4 goals 7. 31. Playing just the one behind for Mitcham. They were threatening there for the last 5 minutes, Ryan, and they got their goal.
Yeah, 100%. And I think one of the most dangerous players on the ground right now is Lily McDonald, and that was a strong finish for her second of the day. So, I mean, that's one play you got to stop, but I think they've done quite well with Booth. Booth's had plenty of the football and has certainly stamped her authority on the game, but they've put the pressure on her and probably...
But that's the thing, there's so many.
Stopped her impact.
There's so many.
There is.
And then Lily McDonald gets off the chain.
So back in the middle now, and that's Booth again, just straight out of the ruck, got the handball, but it was cut off, and the Tigers now. This one could be holding the ball, and it is. And it's well tackled here from the Mustangs, and taking this kick, Dovler will send them forward. Good mark here by Lily Peacock. Peacock to put the ball forward. Chance now for that last goal kicker and McDonald to send them into attack. That's punched over the line, so we'll get a...
I mean, she's only just come back on the ground too. She had the cramp issue, so...
Boundary.
Boundary with Kate Green.
Number 14, Smith from Mooroolbark. The trainer is continuing to assess the situation.
Thanks there, Kate, as I take a sip of my coffee. Clearing out here from the Tigers. This ball might just stay in. Rosholi kicked it forward. Is this a chance of Tigers? Just this seems to be this patch of the ground here. The Mustangs just find all the numbers and results in this. A forward 50 entry. Bouncing ball, dangerous one. The handball didn't find a target, but it's going to come back anyway because it's going to be a free kick here to the Tigers against McDonald.
Yeah, they just always have that spare player behind the ball.
This time in Fogarty will send it towards the middle of the ground. They've got to probably take some risks like this, so I don't mind this. And it could work out all right. Picked up here, but caught again. Play on. Umpire, the other umpire there says holding the ball, so...
The other said play on.
Yeah, I looked at the... And yeah, no, the other umpire's overruled him there, so that is holding the ball. Wrong to the Mustangs here.
We got there eventually as we go down to Kate.
Sorry, guys. Number 37, Pure Rock, is just managing what looks to be a nosebleed at the moment.
Thanks for that, Kate. As Mooroolbark go inside 50 here again. Numbers streaming forward. McDonald's over there. As is Mackie, who gets a handball out here. They just feed those handballs. McDonald, she spent it before she had it. Holloway's at the bottom of the pack. She gets a handball out. Fregon's there. She just barges through there, knocks a player to the ground, laser tackle. It's going each and every way, and McDonald gets the final ball. Goes across the face and throws her arms in the air. Is Voigt. She wasn't happy with that one. Wanted the handball over the top. And Mitcham will bring us back in again. It's 17 minutes gone in the second quarter. 4:8:32. Plays one behind. This is Fairbairn. Looks for a short option in Holloway and finds her. As you said, Ryan, it looks like for the Tigers, they're going to have to start taking some risks. They're going to have to look for that corridor, because that's where Holloway heads.
Well, that last one actually almost worked out.
Yep.
But again, it's that Mustangs pressure in that middle of the ground has been really good all afternoon or morning.
100%. She looks up and she heads towards the ruck in Drury right, but she gets intercepted there by the Mooroolbark player, who looks centrally herself. Goes over her intended target, but McDonald's there. And she has just been everywhere in this first half, Lily McDonald. She kicked 4 goals in the round 11 clash when they last played, and she is becoming a real nightmare for the Tigers. 2 minutes to go in this one. Georgia Booth taps it down. We'll have another ball up. Centre half forward for the Mustangs. Fantastic start to this game for them. Booth, she gets it out of the ruck. She's well tackled. Peacock's there. And another ball up.
So a minute and a half to play in this second quarter for the halftime break. The Mustangs lead by 31 points, and they're not done yet because McDonald throws it on the ball, on the boot, and out the back. Mackie just overran it. Missed opportunity as the Tigers defending with their lives to clear it out of their back half. 10 seconds left. They might be safe. Maybe one last chance to the Mustangs. A free kick here has been awarded to them, but they're going to run out of time and they're going to be too far out to score. Actually, it's a Tiger free kick. I'm a minute early. Dylan, there's still a minute to go. There's 19 minutes gone in this second quarter.
I thought exactly the same thing. I was doing the same thing. As the Tigers go forward once more, it's tracking this down to the boundary line is Gallagher. Flicks a handball inside. The pressure's on from the Tigers, though. The ball goes to ground. And we'll have another ball up on centre wing, out by the sponsorship signs. Close to the scoreboard, actually, out there. As Georgia Booth goes up, gets a hit out. Taps it in front of Ruscioli. She gets a handball out to Holloway, who just throws it on the boot, but it's going to be Mooroolbark who get there first again. Running through the corridor, here's Coughlin. Sends Mitcham inside 50. They don't have the numbers, though. Waiting at the back, though, they've got a couple of players. Pressure on, what will the umpire say here? That could have been holding the ball. And it's just been those forward 50s for Mitcham. As the siren goes, it's Mooroolbark, 4 goals, 8-32. Plays Mitcham just the one behind. Ryan, what did you make of that first half?
Well, the Mustangs certainly been on top now in that second quarter. Did all the attacking, Mitcham only with a couple of inside 50s, so didn't quite have the amount of opportunities then. And the only thing you go into half-time and you say, well, Mooroolbark haven't made the most of the opportunities, 4 goals, 8, so they probably could have put this game away, but still 31 points. There's still a chance if they get the first couple in the third quarter, it could be on. So you're right, though. They've just got to start taking some risks, take the game on through the corridor, and certainly maybe a chance.
Yeah, if there's one part of the game that they might be able to get them is through that corridor, if they can get some balls over the back. The issue has been for Mitcham is just when they go inside 50, it just doesn't seem to be any potency there. They haven't been able to get their gun in Georgia Fairbairn into the game at all, really.
That's one person they've got to work in.
They have to. I think even, doing something like throwing her into the middle of the ground is an option for them in the second half, but we'll discuss all that after the break.
Yes, we certainly will at halftime here at HE Park Reserve for the Division 4 Deakin University Grand Final. It is Mooroolbark 4-8-32, leading the Tigers 1 behind. Welcome back to the Division 4 Deakin University Senior Women's Grand Final between the Mooroolbark Football Club and the Mitcham Football Club. At half-time, it's the Mustangs 4-8-32 to Mitcham 1 behind. We're going to go straight to the boundary because Kate Green is there with the senior coach of the Mustangs.
Hi, guys. I've just got Dom for his at half-time for the girls.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm going to be boring again, and I'm just going to say the same thing. Just keep the pressure up, girls, and composure, and yeah, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Pretty happy so far.
Yeah, very happy, but you know we've still got another half of footy to go, and they're going to bring it. So we're going to have to take that on and play better.
Thanks, sir. Thanks very much there to Kate Green and Dominic Cienko as we get started for the third quarter of the grand final.
Ruscaoli overruns it, and it's picked up there by Booth. Mooroolbark look to go forward. Here's Vanderwerth. She just throws it on the boot, kicks it inside 50. Mackey's lurking. Skerry's there, who's pushed a half back. It's Mackey again, who gets the ground ball. She just can't quite pick it up, gets a handball out. McDonald's there, throws
Boundary.
it to Peacock. So we head down to Kate quickly.
Just with Jess Grace here, the coach of Mitcham.
Get the communication up on the field. I think, you know, we dropped off a little bit that quarter, but we've come from behind before, so we can do it again.
All the best, Jess.
Thanks for that, Kate, as Mooroolbark get another behind added to their tally. It's now 4 goals, 9-33. Plays Mitcham, the one behind, and Mitcham will bring us back into play.
Yes, they will. Trailing by 32 points, as Dylan just said. They look to clear it out, and this might be on. I've just got to get that ball on the boot, and that's a perfect kick, almost. If it just bounced a little quicker to the teammate standing by herself. That's what they've got to do, take this game on through the corridor. The kick out here from the Mustangs. Chance for Dovlar. Picks it up, and they've got some numbers out. Here's Howe, all by herself. Kicks it inside 50. Rocholi was underneath it. Bumped aside by Booth, who picks it up now. Looks to take on Akers again, and she gets past her. Straightens up on goal, but she's run too far. She's run just too far, and Akers will take the free kick here in the back line. It's been one of those near days for her.
She just hasn't quite put it all together, has she? There's that one in the on the goal line there where she tried to step around a few players.
Geez, she looks dangerous though.
Oh, absolutely. And she might get it here again. She will. She picks it up, evades a player, can't get the handball out, and Neve Coughlin sharks it. Kicks it up the line, but it's Mooroolbark again. This time through Beer. Beer's been one of the best players for them throughout this season. She kicks a long ball, and her ball is intercepted there by Riley Holloway. And also a player for Mitcham now that's had a fantastic season. She's just playing kick-to-kick with Beer, who tries to intercept this one. There's a big tackle laid, and Mooroolbark will eventually get it out through Dovalar. Haven't called her name too many times, Dovalar. She's been a bit quieter than her usual self.
I know hindsight's a great thing, but there was a player open on that far side that I think they probably just got to try and take those opportunities when they do see in the Tigers.
They haven't taken that first option every time. As Howell takes a mark on the wing for Mooroolbark. Intercepted by Holloway, but she can't take the mark. She kicks it back, and it's Howell who intercepts her kick. So a bit of kick-to-kick early in this third quarter. And a mark eventually is taken by the captain in Voigt. She goes centrally. She's got a player open there in Young. And Young will just scan the options. Mackey gives a good lead, but she goes more centrally towards Booth. Booth gets pushed underneath it. Ball goes to ground. Akers is there. She clears the defensive 50, but it's going to come back through Young. She kicks up, and she finds Mackey this time. Just another one of those forwards from Mooroolbark that's been super dangerous, and she'll line up from 20 metres, just a slight angle. And she'll look to send this home. She comes in. It's a left foot kick. It's going to drop short, I think. Yeah, touched on the line. by Nicole Akers. It's now 4 goals, 10-34 for Mooroolbark, playing one behind to Mitcham. 4 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Is there a chance that can come back to Hornham? It's got to get on the board first, the Tigers, to probably speak about that. But Akers, right down the middle of the ground, is cut off by Beer, who's been fantastic again this morning. It's been just that hard to get past. Just a long kick forward, hits the target right in the chest there. Though, too. I just missed that to play on. Here's Akers, doing well, gets past one, handball forward. Under a lot of pressure here to try and clear this out, and a free kick here has been awarded to the Tigers. And
I think it has.
So a free kick, Mitchell.
They've been really physical with Squillaci there. She's one of the pacier wingers for Mitcham, and Mooroolbark have looked to target her a little bit, I think. As Holloway gets underneath this one, it's touched and will have a ball
I looked down at my paperwork. What actually happened with the Vogue taking the mark? Did she play on?
Yeah, she just went for a short option, kicked it into the mark. So, and then down here on the boundary line, there was a secondary incident. This time we've got one in the ruck. I think that's McDonald. She looks to go inside 50. Akers is underneath this one, and she takes a fantastic mark. And her and Booth getting quite physical there.
Boundary.
As the umpire, 25 against Booth. And Booth is not happy. Her captain in Voigt there, just looking to calm her down a little bit as Akers plays on quickly, heads up towards Ruscioli. Olivia Scarry here tracks this one. Comes back inside. She finds Brown. Brown just plays on quickly, and this is what Mitcham have to do. She goes up the line. Can't get it to Fairbairn. And again, the Mooroolbark defence just resists. It only goes as far as Jory Wright, though. She gets a handball out. It's Murphy who's up there for Mitcham, and eventually the ball will go out of bounds as a little bit of venom comes into this contest, Ryan.
Yeah, it's certainly heated up, and this is a big opportunity for the Tigers now inside 50, looking for their first of the morning. Taps it forward into a dangerous position here. Fairbairn, good tackle. Ball just came out, slipped out. And we might get a stoppage here. Continues to come out. Here's Beer, grabs it, and she's caught. And the umpire says, give it to me. 32-point lead to the Mustangs, but we're deep into attack here in the Mitcham forward 50. In the ruck here, Jory Wright. Tapped it down to Fairbairn. Shot on goal is a minor score.
Boundary.
Might have been their best chance. 2 behinds to 4-10-34 as we go to the boundary side. Kate
Just
Green.
quickly, Mooroolbark's 37 Pirock is about to go back on the field.
It's good to hear for Mooroolbark as they bring us back in. They've just had a few undisciplined moments in this third quarter, and hopefully for their sake they don't unravel this great lead that they've built up. But they'll get a free kick here at half-back. Or has the umpire called? No, he has called the free kick. And it's Dovalar who calls out for it. She goes in the direction of Peacock. The Mitcham player intercepts it. She only gets a handball out, and Peacock tracks the ground ball. Skerry comes over there, and Coughlin's at the bottom of this one. And the umpire, once again, just says, I'll ball it up. We have a neutral ball. Jory Wright up against McDonald. It gets tapped down to Holloway. She throws it on the boot, and again, it's Beer who takes the intercept mark. She's just been a rock down there in this quarter. Scans the field for options. Throws it in the direction of that player that's just come back on the field in Pirock. She lays a Shepherd. Great tackle there by Squillaci, and it goes to Jory Wright. She's got Fairbairn. Can't be controlled. Taps it towards her captain. It's Ruscioli. But it's Mooroolbark. Her on the rebound through Georgia Booth. She heads up towards Mackie, slips through the fingers. And Ruscioli, it's scary in fact. She throws it on the boot. Booth comes to meet it for Mooroolbark. She'll look to go forward. Kicks it inside. This is Mackie again. Mackie evades a tackler, gives it to Pirock, and she's tackled by Akers. And the umpire says, I'll ball it up once again, this time at the defensive line for Mooroolbark. It's tapped inside. It's McDonald. She's well tackled. It's being
High.
played high. A little lucky there, I thought. I thought it was a pretty good tackle there by Akers, but McDonald will send Mooroolbark back inside 50. She was very good in that first half. She's got options, and the mark is taken by Silva.
She just read that perfectly, didn't she? She didn't overread it, took a step backwards and right in the chest.
Got that slight separation, and another player for Mooroolbark that's had a fantastic end to the season. 12 goals in the last 4 games. She comes in, she's got it, and that puts Mooroolbark 4 goals 10, 40 to Mitcham, just 2 behinds, and the margin is getting out of control for the Tigers, Ryan.
Yeah, 38 points now. They've just been very, very strong. Their pressure, they haven't given Mitcham much opportunity and been able to keep getting those inside 50s, which have resulted in scores, and finally now you get a couple of goals on the board, which is important for them because they probably could have iced the game by now. 38 points, it's going to be pretty hard margin to come back from.
It is, and you look at those scoring shots, 15 to 2,
Yeah.
and they've just been so dominant around the ball.
So back in the middle again, Booth with the hit out, taps it forward. Might be able to soccer this in towards their forward half, but it's Mitcham here who will hold this up. Ross Sholey, captain.
The difficult thing with Booth there is she's 2 players. She's a ruck in the air, and she's another midfielder on the ground.
Yeah, it's very, very hard player to stop, and I mean, they've spent a lot of attention on her, but here they go now. Squillis, ball on the boot forward. Fairbairn's there, Spoiled from behind. Play down, and there's Booth who just put her body on the line. Ball comes out, looking for Brown for the Tigers. It's Mooroolbark again who win out. Booth picked it up herself, and there's plenty of Tigers who put the pressure on her. Tried to get the ball forward there was Coughlin. And wrapped up here for a boundary, ball up, apologies. Squillaci's been pretty impressive, I thought, for most of the morning. And we'll get another ball up. 11.5 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter of the Deakin University Division 4 Grand Final.
Booth throws it out into space, but only as far as Holloway. I've said that quite a lot of times. Holloway lays a huge tackle. The captain eventually gets it in Ruscioli, and her kick's intercepted at halfback by Howell. She's another player. She sat behind the ball all day and done really well. She just puts a nice little ball out, but so it's going to go to Coughlin, and eventually it finds the line, and we'll have a ball up on centre wing. 12 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Time is running out for Mitcham. As the Rucks go at it, Booth taps it down. It's a strong tackle laid by Ruscioli on Peacock, but Peacock picks it up again. Tries to flick it around. A great smother by Coughlin. Squillaci's there, dropped ball. As players trying to flick it around and good pressure on the ball carrier.
This time.
And I think the umpires found a free.
It is going to Mooroolbark, but
Might have been
there's not a player there to take it. There you go.
It'll be Pyrrhic in the end to take the kick. She just gives a handball to the runner, who looks inside. Nicole Akers will be standing under this one, just puts a fist up. Booth's at the foot of it. As I said, she's so good in the air, so good at the ground level. Peacock lays a tackle.
To 3-quarter time here, 2 minutes ago in the quarter, and now the ruck, McDonald all by herself, just slams the ball on the boot, looking for Booth out the back, kept it in front of her, controls it. Got a Mitcham player to beat here, and that's wrapped up, and we'll get a stoppage inside 50 with less than 2 minutes to go. The Mustangs leading by 39 points.
Looks like Booth has actually come off the ground after that collision. She looks really hurt down there.
The trainer's onto her at the moment. They're just allowing her to do what she needs to do. And then we'll continue to assess.
That's after that hit with Nicole Akers in the centre of the ground. It's a great contest, and it's inside the Mooroolbark forward 50. Ruscioli speeds away from the contest. We haven't seen that too much today. She looks inside, just got to take the corridor and hope for the best, but it's intercepted again by Mooroolbark. A great intercept mark taken by Squillaci for Mitcham, though. She plays on quickly. She's knocked after she kicks it. It could have been a downfield there. It's picked up here by Brown. She's bumped off it, and we'll have another ball up on centre wing. 19 minutes gone in this third quarter. It's Mooroolbark 5-11-41 to Mitcham, 2 behinds. As McDonald gets in and under there for Mooroolbark, as does Ruscioli. She doesn't want to leave anything out there as Coughlin kicks it forward. Beer off the ground, gets it towards McDonald. She's got a little bit of space if she can pick this up. She throws it on the boot. Nicole Akers is underneath it. She just waits for it to bounce. Puts a big bump on Vanderwerth. And Vanderwerth's hurt too. She's a wrecking ball at the moment, Akers. Going after everything. Here's Shilver. And Nicole Akers wins a free kick. I think it was for a throw there in the end. She heads out wide, looking for Squillaci, who's got a little bit of space if she can turn her opponent. She's well trapped there, though, by Young. Squillaci throws it on the boot. Emma Beers at the foot of it. Here's Brown. Great tackle by the Mooroolbark player. And what's the umpire said here? And a very vicious tackle there on the three-quarter time siren from Maggie Brown. And the Mooroolbark players don't like it. There's a little bit going on down here at ground level. But I think both teams will look to head inside as we go down to Kate.
There is a lot of tension on both sides, and it's just an indication of just how much each want it and how desperate both teams are getting.
Yeah, Mitcham, they really did up that pressure towards the end of that third quarter, didn't they, Ryan?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, their endeavour this afternoon or this morning has been fantastic. It's just that sort of finishing touches up forward that's probably hurt them. But we're going to go to our last break here. Three-quarter time of the Division 4 Deakin University Senior Women's Grand Final. It is Mooroolbark, 1 quarter away from a premiership, 5-11-41 to Mitcham, 2 behinds. Welcome back to the Division 4 Deakin University Senior Women's Grand Final with 1 quarter to play. It is Mooroolbark 5-11-41, leading the Tigers 2 behinds. They're just 1 quarter away from a premiership, Dylan, and they've been fantastic again. They've got so many scoring options up forward. They've controlled the game through the middle of the ground, defensively set up very well behind the ball. It's been a very complete performance so far with 1 quarter to play.
It absolutely has, and, you know, all they would have been doing at that third quarter time is saying, we've got 1 quarter to do this, 1 quarter to go, to put everything out there. But I've got to give credit to Mitcham. At the end of that third quarter, I thought they really stood up. And never at any stage in this game have they let it, you know, look like a landslide against them. They've always been able to stem the Mooroolbark pressure. And although Mooroolbark have definitely been the better team, Mitcham can hold their heads high.
Oh, 100%. Their endeavour all morning has been fantastic. So 1 quarter to go. Back in the middle, Booth got the hit out. Tapped forward, so she's back on the ground. Wrapped up here.
Boundary
we'll
quickly.
Get a ball up as we go boundary side, Kate Green.
I just have Jess Grace for the final quarter. Jess?
Got 20 minutes left of their season. We've got nothing to lose, so go out there and fight.
All the best, Jess. Congratulations on a fantastic season.
Thanks there to Kate Green and Jess Grace. 1 quarter to play here. Booth tapped it down. Mitcham tried to get it going forward through Rocholi. It's come back though. Holloway caught immediately. Get a ball up outside the forward 50.
This time it's Booth. Taps it to Holloway. She gets the kick into that corridor, but again, Mooroolbark have the player to clean up, this time in King. She sends it only as far as Akers, who's really come into the game in the second half. She pops a ball towards Fairbairn, who takes a nice strong mark there on the wing. She is going to have to get higher up the ground if she wants to have any impact on this game. She puts it out in front of Coughlin, who's beaten to the ball there by Beer. Beer just steps inside, throws a little handball there towards King. And eventually Mitcham will come away with it through Coughlin. Puts a high ball there, Maggie Brown underneath it. Beer's there. She taps it through back to Coughlin. They've got some runners here. I think it's Squill Archie. If she can pick this up, she can turn, heads towards goal. There's a couple of numbers. They can't take the mark. It's off hands, and Mooroolbark will rush that one over for another point for Mitcham. So close to their first goal there.
Boundary quickly with Dom from Moral. Dom?
Yeah, just basically said to the girls to keep the pressure up, finish the game off, 20 more minutes, it'll be the best 20 minutes of your life. So.
Congratulations on a great season.
They are getting to that stage where they can start to enjoy the moment. So they send it back in, and a beautiful mark taken, this time by Dovalar. She heads inside. She's got McDonald. Gets a funny-looking bounce from McDonald, and a strong tackle there laid on Gallagher. But Mooroolbark eventually get it forward. Fogarty comes towards it, as does Coughlin. She just swings around, throws it on the boot, but that wall of Mooroolbark players is there. Fairbairn tries to track it, and she gets a funny bounce. King's there. Fairbairn lays a heavy tackle on King. And it's kicked forward. Here's Coughlin. She's got a little bit of time and space. She has a flying shot at goal. And to the near side again. So they get their fourth score of the day. It's Mooroolbark 5 goals, 11-41. Plays Mitcham 4 behinds. Almost 3 minutes gone in this final quarter. And we're getting to that stage where Mooroolbark can start to get pretty excited, Ryan.
Absolutely, Dill. Sorry, I had my headset up looking at the team list here. They definitely can with 17 minutes to play. Might be, as Dom said, a good 17 minutes to enjoy. As the ball comes out, Scolaci got a foot to the footy. Chance of the Tigers. Again, the pressure's just been unbelievable from the Mustangs. And they turn this one over and get the ball going forward themselves. Back in the middle of the ground. Get a stoppage. That ball's not coming out. 5 goals, 11-4 behinds.
Booth gets the hit out down towards Pirrock. And as she usually is, she's at the bottom of that pack again, Booth. In everything at the moment. As Jory Wright plays this one in front, gets it down towards Pirrock again. Just a funny little handball there from one of the Mooroolbark players, and Voigt takes a nice mark here at centre half forward. Plays on quickly, heads out towards McDonald. Had a fantastic first half, did McDonald. She's intercepted here nicely by the running defender for Mitcham. Beer. She just runs away from her opponent, sends them back towards the forward line, puts it out in front of Mackie. So Mackie's got time, looks inside 50, head towards Shilver. Shilver comes out to meet it. She going to get there in time before the line? She doesn't. And we'll have a ball up. Now inside the forward 50 for Mooroolbark. Almost 5 minutes gone in this final quarter. They lead by 37 points. As to get into place over there, it's Booth. Does the hit out. Georgia Fairbairn there. Tries to get out of that defensive 50 for Mooroolbark. Only as far as Young. And she runs out of bounds. Either a ball up or a last touch. I think we're going to have a ball up over there on the outer wing. Will be. It's the two rucks go at it again. Breaking away there is Young. She's starting to find a bit of the footy, and she finds Voigt inside forward 50. About 35 out from goal. She swings it on the boot. She's got options. Oh, two players clash. Shilver's there, as is Squillaci. Picked up by Squillaci, but she's tackled by Shilver. And another ball up. They've given her no time and space on the ball today, Mooroolbark. They've defended her brilliantly. And they've just been fantastic across all facets of the game, really. As Georgia Booth looks to pick this one up. She has a bit of a collision with her own teammate in Fregan. Nicole Akers wraps her up, and the umpire looks like he's in that position to call holding the ball, and he does. So another free kick to Nicole Akers. She comes out through Holloway. And Holloway marks on defensive 50. They just look a bit zapped of energy here at the moment, Mitcham, as she finds Coughlin in the centre of the ground. Can they find that elusive goal? She looks centrally, and she finds a captain here in Rascioli. She can't mark. And at the foot of the ball is Peacock, who tries to break the tackle. O'Dwyer's in there for Mitcham. And we'll have another ball up back where we started at the beginning of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the ground as we go to boundary. Kate Green.
Just a quick update on number 14, Smith for Mooroolbark, who hasn't been on the ground since halfway through second quarter. She's being referred for further assessment outside of football.
Thanks there, Kate, as the ball goes forward. But it's an intercept mark here from the Tigers, and they'll clear it out into a dangerous position out the back. Might just fall into the hands here. Howe for the Mustangs. Went past her. Grabbing it now, the Tigers through Brown. Got the handball away. Big tackle. And that's holding the ball. Brown will take it. And she was about to go the opposite way. She's handballed it off to the Mustangs, who have cut this one off. As they go forward now, but free kick here, Mitcham. Back in the middle of the ground. So
Free kick
it's actually
for
free kick
High.
Mustangs.
Yeah.
So that's going to Haberfield. She got a runner in Beer next to her if she wanted to. Instead, just throws it forward. Cut off by the Tigers, but couldn't quite take the mark. Grabbing it there was Forrest. Inside 50 now. Mark almost taken there by Fregan. And she follows up her effort, wrapping up her opponent in tackle. And we'll get a ball up inside 50 for the Mustangs. 8 minutes gone in this final term. 5-11-41 to 4 behind. The Mustangs lead.
As Booth gets the hit out, puts it into a dangerous area for the Mustangs. Coughlin's at the foot of the ball for Mitcham. What's the umpire going to... He's paid holding the ball. A pretty tough call there. And it will be Dovalar to line up for goal about 20 metres out directly in front for the Mustangs. And if it was in doubt at all, this would be the final touch on the cake for the Mustangs. They lead 5 goals, 11-41. As Dovalar comes in, looks pretty good off the boot. They celebrate. She's kicked their 6th, and the Mustangs are winning the Division 4 Grand Final.
Well, it's been a fantastic effort. It's been a fantastic season for a club that is still relatively new in the senior women's competition, and an incredible improvement from last year. It's a very different side. They've been able to gain a lot of players, and this performance has been a complete 4 quarters from them.
Yeah, and I think with what they've done, it has been a whole club performance, as you said. 2 wins last year, and the way that they've built this team.
And they're not done yet, because they're going to go inside 50 again. This time Haberfield picked up her own handball, passed it off to Booth. Booth gets past an opponent, passed it off to a teammate who's got a bit of space, and they just looking to raffle it off. It's going to end up back in the hands of Booth, who the shot on goal is no good, just a minor score. 6-12-48. Mitcham 4 behinds, coming up to the 10-minute mark of this last quarter. Not long to go now.
I feel like Georgia Booth could have had today one of the all-time games,
Yes.
but she just hasn't quite had the cherry on top. As Mitcham bring us back in. Take a bounce. Georgia Fairbairn takes a nice mark on the half-back line. Tries to find Neve Coughlin, providing an option. They just don't have that next player up the line. And the pressure's fantastic from Mooroolbark again. Peacock's got a lot of time and space. She comes inside, breaks a tackle, finds her captain in Voigt. And she'll play on pretty quickly, head towards Georgia Booth, who goes underneath this one. Mitcham might be able to clear the ball out. Goes to ground level. Is Freegon. Mitcham clear again. But this time it's only as far as Haberfield, who's come into the game in the last few minutes. Howell gets a kick away. Actually surprised how little we've called the name of Haberfield. She's been one of the Mustangs' best players this season.
I think she's come more alive into this game in the second half as it's continued.
She sure has. As Mitcham pick it up inside their defensive 51 once more. Running through is Haberfield again, that player, and it's thrown on the boot here by Dovelar. And that's her second in a couple of minutes. The Mustangs get their 7th goal, and they're in heaven at the moment.
They certainly are. A fantastic final quarter to finish this off. They've had all the play and obviously missed a lot of scoring shots in the first half, but now they're starting to put those through and really assert that margin, now up to 50 points.
Who's been in your handful of best players to date, Ryan?
I think you'd probably, I probably base a lot of my opinions on that first half where the game was up for grabs to win, and I thought the first half from Lily McDonald was fantastic. I thought Booth has been really strong. Found plenty of the football, but as you said, it's probably a day of near misses where a couple of those she puts through for goals. You might actually have her for best on, and she's certainly going to be in the conversation. As Beer as well down back has been important, as the Mustangs here pick this one up, and there is Booth, just one hand, bring it in, got Rossoli chasing, passed it backwards to Howe, threw it on the boot, and the mark taken there. Dovelar, who's also been very impressive herself. She sends the ball forward, and that's a strong mark there by Haverfield. And they just continue to make their way up the ground. Mark here. Joanne Vogue. Inside 50 and strong hands in front, Haberfield.
She's got her own footy in this last quarter.
Yeah, well, she certainly had a big last quarter in towards a hot spot. Standing under it there is Akers to take the intercept mark.
She does so often, Nicole Akers, and she's had a fantastic game herself. She can definitely hold her head high, as can all of the Mitcham players. Certainly couldn't question their endeavour today. The ball's kicked back in by Howe. Olivia Skerry's there. Tries to pick it up. There's Mooroolbark players at the foot of it, and Nicole Akers takes a strong mark. It's not paid. I think it hasn't gone far enough. She gets a handball away. But eventually Georgia Booth takes the mark, and she's got Lily McDonald coming on the ground, who's going to look for a handball receive here, I reckon. But she ignores that. She goes inside 50. It's a contest between... And McDonald's actually come over to support there, and she's got the pick up. Throws it on the boot. And that'll go out of bounds. So a kick to Mitcham. 13.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. Mooroolbark leads 7 goals, 12-54 to Mitcham. The 4 behinds. They haven't managed to get that goal, have the Tigers. As Holloway takes a mark at half-back, looks inside towards Georgia Fairbairn. She's probably been their best player this season, Georgia Fairbairn. She goes inside 50. I think that's Beer there for Mooroolbark that's going to intercept it. Brown comes over to help. Murphy it is. Brown lays a tackle. It's a really good tackle. The umpire might pay holding the ball. No, he doesn't.
He looked like he was going to. He leaned in.
Yeah. She had a bit of time to get rid of that, did the Mustang player, as Georgia Booth just taps it down. She's unmarked in the ruck. McDonald kicks it out in front of McIntosh. She tracks it towards the boundary line, but that Sharon-shaped ball sometimes just gets away from you, and Nicole Akers will take the kick back in. It's a very nice-looking kick towards the centre of the ground, but it has gone past the intended target, and Lily Peacock will pick this up. She's tracked by Dupre Deans. She can't get the tackle, and it's intercepted in the end by, I think that might be Fogarty down there in the defensive 50 for Mitcham. So she looks to exit again and puts it out in front of Dupre Deans, so she can run onto this. Picks it up, gets a handball out. There's two Mooroolbark players, though, that just sort of pressure her in support of one another. She does really well out there, though, does Dupre Deans, and she keeps the ball from getting out into space. Here's Georgia Booth tracking this one, just knocking it forward. And eventually, I think we'll have a ball up in the end, although Mooroolbark did get that out of the contest, but the umpire had already blown the whistle. So centre wing here, as Booth does the rucking, hammers it forward. Haberfield's there, McDonald's there. She's been fantastic today, as Ryan mentioned. Definitely one of the players in line for the medal. Here's Vanderwerth. Gets a handball out to her captain in Voigt. McDonald. This would be a great goal to finish, but it's intercepted on the line by Nicole Akers again. She kicks out towards Squillaci. Squillaci overruns this one. A great shepherd laid there by Maggie Brown. Squillaci's got a bit of space now. Looks into the corridor, finds Coughlin, who can't quite control it. It was an almost mark. It drops down towards Ruscioli. And the umpire just says, I'll ball this up. 16.5 minutes gone. Mooroolbark, the players are down there on the boundary line. They're starting to feel the emotion of it. And it looks like out on the field there we've got another
boundary
potential injury. We'll go to Kate.
Head clash, Mitcham and Mooroolbark.
Must have been a clash there between the captain of Mitcham, Ruscioli, and haven't got an identity on the other player. Not sure if you can see that down there, Kate.
No, she's still on her back on the ground. Wait a minute. 13.
It's McDonald. One of the best players on the ground.
Both players are being removed, as you can see, for assessment.
And that's McDonald's second incident of the game. She did spend a bit of the second quarter off the ground as well. We get back into play. Booth taps it down. Coghlan's well tackled. Umpire calls play on. There's a lot of players in there. The Mustangs will be happy just to keep this in the congestion at the moment. They lead 7 goals, 12-54 to Mitcham, 4 behinds. It's a monumental grand final victory for them as Fairbairn puts it inside 50. Can Mitcham get the goal that they wanted so badly? It's put back into play here. Pirich lays the tackle on the Mitcham player. And is it a free kick or a ball up? It's a ball up, I think.
Yep. So Booth, tap forward, is cut off by the Tigers. Kick forward was smothered. And still it ends up in Booth. Holloway tapped it away from her. They still win out though, and they've got some numbers. Here's Forrest, handball, or Peacock, handball forward. They link up well. Haverfield, team that all by itself. There McIntosh, who takes the juggling mark. Some plays leading for the footy in this one. Just outside forward 50, another mark. They've done this well. Haverfield again. And finds a player in the pocket. Can't quite get it to her. It's cut off. Well done there. Good tackle on Young. Ball hits a deck. Chance here for Campbell to clear it. It's going to be cut off again. Here's Haverfield. She's had a lot of it in this quarter. Tigers under a lot of pressure last minute of this grand final. And we are inside 50 for the Mustangs. 7:12.54. Mitcham 4 behinds. Less than a minute to go for the Mustangs will be declared the Division 4 premiers.
So we're back in the action. And it's a strong tackle made by the Mustangs player. She's helped to the ground by Spalaci, and a good active sportsmanship there. But the Rucks go at it again. Haverfield's at the foot of it, as is Peacock. And another ball up, 30 seconds to play in this Division 4 grand final. Booth takes it out of the ruck. Losing my voice. Peacock picks it up off the ground. And we have another ball up. Centre half forward for the Mustangs. They're starting to celebrate down there at the sideline. The players are looking pretty happy. Voigt brings us back in. It's cleared by Mitcham. Maggie Brown, she's had a fantastic day. And there's the soft line. And it's jubilation for the Mustangs. They go onto the ground. The Tigers song is running, they've corrected that pretty quickly. As I said, jubilation for the Mustangs. They have had an all-time season. They run out winners here in this Division 4 grand final, 7-12-54 to 4 points. It's a 50-point margin. And that has been the story of the back end of their season. An average winning margin from round 6 at 51 points, right? And it's culminated in a fantastic grand final.
Well deserved, a fantastic side. A 50-point win, pretty clear. Favourites come into this game and they play that way. They were really right for the first bounce. They got a couple of goals early. Mitchell really worked hard, but in the end, I think Mooroolbark just have too many options up forward. They just had to play behind the ball itself well. Bruce Mooroolbark was fantastic. A real complete performance.
They were heavy favourites coming into the game. I don't think even themselves and their wildest dreams they could have won this by 50 points.
That's a good point. And, I'm actually going to jump down there because I'm about to start the presentation too, so I'll let you discuss any further stats of the game and thoughts on there. We've still got obviously the medal down on the ground to be awarded. We might have to take a short break when we come back here. It's the Deakin University Division 4 grand final and Mooroolbark 7-12-54 have defeated Mitcham 4 behinds.
out. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know, but yeah.
Does he work for...
I'll go over.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to set yourself in the middle there?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Deakin University Women's Division 4 Grand Final, where the Mooroolbark Mustangs have run out winners 7 goals, 12-54 to Mitcham, 4 behinds. The players are just assembling down below me for the medal ceremony, which we'll get to shortly. Some of the best performers throughout the day. Lily McDonald from Mooroolbark, a fantastic performance from her. She kicked 2 goals. Lily Chilver up forward also from Mooroolbark is a fantastic performer, as well as Forrest. Haberfield, she came into the game late, as did April Freegon from Mooroolbark and Jordan Dovalier. Mitcham, Roscaioli, Bearban, Holloway, Scary, it was the usual suspects for them. Scolarci was fantastic as well, as was Nicole Akers. We're just a couple of minutes away from this ceremony. There'll be plenty of action this weekend across all the divisions. We've got 5 women's grand finals on today, 3 here from HE.
Congratulations to the Mooroolbark Football Club, the Division 4 Premiers and Senior Women's Competition. We're going to start by welcoming up the umpires to select their grand final medals. David Barnes, Oliver Pendeving, Matthew Rowe, Jake Bra, Charlie Cruz, Xavier Palomara and Ron Smith. In every grand final, we have the Blue Ribbon Medal for the best on ground performance. And for the Division 4 best on ground performance, the Blue Ribbon medalist from the Mooroolbark Football Club, Lily McDonald.
Get in your way.
We'll now present the grand final medalist, starting with number 10, Madison Gow. Number 13, the Blue Ribbon medalist, Lily McDonald. Number 14, Caitlin Smith. Number 16, Lily Chilver. Number 19, Jordan Forrest. Number 21, Ruby Haberfield.
On your route.
Number 22, April Freegan. Number 23, Lily Peacock. Number 35, Jordan Dogola. Number 37, Jane Perot. Number 41, Taga Mackey. Number 42, Lauren Howe. Number 43, Sky McIntosh. Number 44, Jessica Van Der Werf. Number 45, Kayla Young. Number 46, Georgia Booth. Number 47, Kerry Ardley. Number 48, Jasmine Dyson. Number 50, Rachel McManus. Number 53, Eliza King. Number 56, Rebecca Gallagher. Number 58, Emma Beer. And number 32, Piper Butchers. Assistant coach, Jason Baldwin. Assistant coach, Karen Rell. over there. Team manager Chelsea Nunn. And now to welcome up to the stage the senior captain, Joanne Joining her on stage, the senior coach, Dominic Cienko.
Okay, I just want to start off by congratulating Mitcham. You guys are really well coached and it's shown, and you've had some really great football this year. Be proud of yourselves, you'll be back. Well done. Thank you again this year for putting on a great tournament. To all our umpires, this wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you. To Mooroolbark, we love this club and we're so proud to wear these colours. Thank you. To our coaches, Dom, Ralphie, Jace, trainers, Paul and Val and Charles, thank you guys and girls. Well done today. I'm so proud of you all. You know, you've worked so hard and we're like sisters and you all deserve this. Well done.
I just want to say congratulations also to Mitcham. That was a great game. It was a tough game. Great season for you guys. Obviously, our girls really came out and decided that they really wanted this one today. So, but you guys will be back. Don't worry. You've really well coached. So well done. To the club. To our junior club, to our senior club, to everybody involved in the Mooroolbark Footy Club. It's an awesome family. I couldn't be prouder of what we've achieved today. It's clearly that is. So I just wanted to say thank you to the committee, thank you to the club for obviously investing in senior women's footy. We have grown this club. It's a second year, obviously, and I'm really, really proud of what we've been able to achieve. To all the support staff, couldn't have done this without you. To my assistant coaches, Jason and Ralphie, I couldn't ask for any better. To our support staff, Paulie, team manager Chelsea, who reluctantly did it at the start of the year, but she's awesome. Obviously, just quickly to my other support staff at home, my wife and my family for putting up with me. Last, but not by no means least, these girls here are an awesome bunch of girls. They work so hard, they're like sponges. They just want to learn, they just want to get better, they just want to be the best. So, really proud of you today, girls. So happy. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening, guys.
Congratulations to the Mitcham Football Club. Congratulations to Mooroolbark. Two fantastic efforts, two great seasons. We now welcome up the commercial manager Dean O'Neill to present the Division 4 Premiership Cup to the Mooroolbark Football Club.
No. Hang on. I've got to do this, the official one, so. Girls, this way. Okay, this is the official one. Here we go, looking this way. Let's get a bit of a cheer happening.
What have I always said after a big win, girls? Let's celebrate.
Yeah!
welcome to the final half football